Hey Maz, I am here at the house, and I've got a bunch of pictures that I already took, but I'm just gonna take you through so that you can kind of know what locations things are in. But here we are at the front. So this is one of the little cracks that I was talking about. It's just to the right of the front entrance. And then obviously we've got some issues right up here. Hopefully you can see, and the shadow doesn't kind of block it out. Other things that have to do with the front, like we were talking about, I do think it's really important to make, the entrance to the house as perfect as possible, because that's people's first impressions. See, we've got cracks in the wood. Obviously it's just kind of dirty as well. There's also a crack in the tiles right here that does run down. I'll show you in just a second. It runs down onto the other side of the front. And then this one's rotting away. So that needs to be fixed. And then here, I'll show you this little area is. See? And that kind of follows the tiles back. And then it goes all the way down. I really do think the house needs to be painted, and I'll show you why. I mean, you probably could power wash, but honestly, we can kind of discuss your options in a little bit. So here's where we're at with the living area. Electricity is still not turned on, so a couple of spaces will still be dark, but I will do my best to show you everything I can. Kitchen not quite finished, but the cabinets look nice. Appliances are nice. Let's see, John was showing me this. I'm not sure if you can see, but behind the HVAC, there's actually a hole up there. And any inspector would definitely find that. He was also mentioning all of these vents, and that you guys were not wanting to replace them, but they look pretty dirty. And they're kind of like bent, and you know what I mean. So it would look a lot more clean altogether if those were replaced. All right, I'm gonna take you out back. Okay, so another reason why I do think that painting's a good idea is because you got a bunch of spots kind of like this one, and up here above the door, obviously somebody didn't really finish that. There's kind of an opening. I'm not sure if they were planning to work on that or what's going on. And then over here on the porch, you just got a bunch of like chips from where I think he had, a big setup out here. So he must have had a bunch of stuff hooked up. That's probably from pulling it off, I would assume. But they're pretty much all over that entire wall right here. Got a little hole in the gutter. And then here I want to show you what the yard's looking like. Pool's all gone, but could probably use some seed. Put some more grass out here. And then here's the back. I really think that this door probably needs to be replaced. And obviously these spots haven't been painted or anything. You could probably power wash that off, but like I said, I still think a paint job would do a lot of wonders. All right. And then we've got the mismatched paint right there. There's a bunch of holes in the stucco. Here's another opening that will need to be closed up. Got a bunch of wires and everything just sitting out back here. I really don't know what is going on here. It could just be, you know, really dirty, but it definitely at least needs to be power washed. And you'll see there's some more areas that have clearly been patched, or maybe they just didn't do a great paint job to begin with, or it's just mismatched. Another hole in the stucco right there. Also, John mentioned something to me, and I think that I remember Steve saying this too, about this area, and that something probably needs to be put right here, because John said that it actually, when it rains, water comes in through the bottom of where the door meets the ground. Let's see. All right. You'll have to excuse me, I'm a little under the weather right now. I'm usually more perky. So definitely a couple issues I noticed with outlets. There's openings alongside them. That one's not too bad. Let's see. Let's see. Another opening. Another opening right there. The bathrooms haven't been finished yet, so I don't think there's really any point in showing you, but that's where we're at right now. Like I said, I'd love to turn on the lights, but the electricity is not hooked up right now. But there's just a couple, you know, it's just little things that seem to be like they weren't finished, you know, in a clean way and need to be patched up. See, we've got kind of some unevenness right here. And then you'll even see, I don't really think that it's necessarily the end of the world, but the ceiling's a little uneven as well. I guess you guys are still maybe working on the flooring, but this is kind of where it's at right now. Definitely doesn't look finished. I'm trying to think. Yeah, see, there's a couple other areas. This is going out to the garage where the flooring is just, it's not, you know, lined up. See what I mean? I'll show you the garage, although, well, I guess we really can't see much in here. There is a little opening underneath where light can come in through the garage door. I don't really necessarily think that's the end of the world. Everything's patched up in the corner. Might want to consider possibly getting a newer light right there. Here's that other bathroom still unfinished, which you know. And then this room's pretty dark, but I didn't really see any issues in here. And here we are back in the living room. Honestly, the bulk of what I'm seeing here right now is definitely issues with the exterior. I think it needs a paint job. Obviously, stucco needs to be patched in places. And all the issues that we talked about with the front porch. And just kind of, yeah, patching those cracks and stuff like that. But I'm gonna give you a call and I will post this and we can talk more about different options, and I'll be able to send you some comps and we can kind of, you know, figure out what the game plan is. But awesome. All right, I'll talk to you soon.